Welcome to The Snack, a lighter serving of Girls Gotta Eat.
This is a Dear Media production.
Enjoy.
You know what I realized today, this morning?
Just get right into it. Cold open.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Missed you. Love you.
Missed you guys.
Hi, cuties.
Sorry about the shitty audio last week.
Yeah, well, we weren't together, but now we're together.
We're back.
Which
Yeah.
I was talking to my new roommate. I let my old... Listen, you heard it here first, you guys. I let hot neighbor move in with me.
He's now a hot bodyguard.
Yeah, I mean...
hot security.
If you're new here, I used to have this hot neighbor. That's what we called him for a long time. He's been on the podcast, and he has since moved back to LA. And I was like, you should just live with me.
Yeah. I love him so much. And I know he's a good person because I've been around him. I've spent time with him, but Azul really likes him. Azul ran over to him.
He was so sweet.
He doesn't even do that. He doesn't do it to me.
Cute. He has a welcoming energy.
Yeah, he's
very
really
sweet.
great.
I love him. So I was like, just stay forever. I don't care. Actually, I forgot how hot he is. He walked downstairs today. No shirt on, just boxers. It took my breath away.
Yeah, I don't know how you're living like this.
You hadn't seen him shirtless recently. I gotta make him take it off when he comes downstairs later. No, seriously, he's so tan. He's like somehow more cut and lean than he was before. I was like, you can't be looking like that.
Well, he is, and he lives with you now. You live in hell. I feel like you're Samantha Jones in the Sex and the City movie. Like you're just gonna be stress eating guac. Like you know how she just kept looking at that like sexy guy, just like horny eating guac, and then she gained weight. We'll talk about her today. Yeah, we will talk about Samantha Jones today.
Oh yeah, that is one of our highlights today. Well, I don't want to sleep with him. I just like looking at him for the record.
Yet.
We'll see.
I don't want to sleep with him. I just want him to live with me.
That's
Raynal. That is Raynal energy. All right, let's talk about these partners.
What I was going to say to you is that I haven't seen you in so long. I've seen you like 2 or 3 times in the last like month.
It really has been.
Are we okay?
No, it has been kind of weird.
It's been weird.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's all these stories I want to tell you, but I like to look at you when I tell you them. And so they're just like not the same when you're like in Delaware and I have to tell you on a voice note. So I have like notes of stories I need to tell you.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So we'll talk about some of this today. This will still be the snack, and then Monday on the 29th will be some of these stories that we're talking about.
Oh, I thought you meant like this episode will still be the snack. I was like, what else are we doing? All right, well, thanks some of our partners. Thanks to Caraway. Get 10% off your next purchase at carawayhome.com/GGE10 or with the code GGE10.
And thank you to Fume. Get a free gift with your order at tryfume.com with code GGE. Of course, we'll be telling you more about that. And Liquid IV, get 20% off your first order at liquidiv.com with code GGE. Okay.
Biggest news of the week.
Opening with our political update. You know what it is. Coconut Gang, rise up. I am so excited. I am so hype. I'm so energized. I feel like I'm like happier, breathing easier. I'm so happy. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, but you guys know what happened. Obviously, we have a new candidate, a new bombshell has entered the villa.
It's my favorite. I'm loving the memes about Kamala. I can't get enough of them. Yeah, my favorite was a hot new bombshell has entered the villa.
Yeah.
And she's here.
You guys know by now, the whole world knows. I mean, this was truly such a bombshell that was dropped was that Biden decided to drop out and he endorsed Kamala. And I feel like it's this thing of like, you'll always remember where you were when that happened. I mean, when that news broke, I have had so many mixed feelings about it.
If you guys have been around for a while, I mean, it's no secret. I mean, Ashley and I are big supporters of the DNC. We have been. We were for the last election as well. And we're not going to turn this into a political podcast all the time, but we do want to throw our support towards
the
her.
Biggest news. Yeah.
I do think Joe Biden was a great president, and I think that he tried to lead the country in a beautiful way. I feel bittersweet because I think it's sad that it ends this way, and I feel sad for him that this is his legacy. But I think he was a great man and a great leader, and we thank him for his service.
I feel sad, but I actually feel a little bit differently about the legacy thing. I have always really had affinity for Joe Biden, being from Delaware. I'm from Delaware. He's not originally from there, but that's been his political career. And he was vice president to one of the greatest presidents of all time, and Barack Obama. And he really just came in and he saved us from a second Trump term and dictatorship, you know, and I remember the joy I felt when they announced his win 4 days later after election day, you know, and the way that we were in New York and the way the city rejoiced. And I posted a story from that day, and just because I wanted to remember how it felt, and I got a few messages of like, I thank you for posting that. I had forgotten how much joy we felt that day, you know, and so, you know, I think he walked into such a shit show like no other president has inherited, with COVID and what had happened with Trump and then the insurrection. I mean, everything, you know, and I think he did a lot for this country. And again, we don't really need to get into it. And but he has been consequential and he has been effective.
Yeah.
And he was just too old. And there should be age limits, but again, you know, people didn't live to be this age when the Constitution was written, you know.
Why rewrite something that was written in the 1700s?
Yeah, but I mean, that's what amendments are for. Whatever, don't get me started on the fucking Constitution. Because I think it's a pretty strong document, but people really have to interpret it in some wild ways. But it was sad, and I kept thinking like his legacy, you know, this guy's run for president before, you know, he doesn't want to be a one-term president, and he of course wants to believe he can do it, you know, and I do think him stepping down, I mean, just even seeing some of the coverage and the comments, like I think people really respect it and think that he did put his country first. And, you know, of course we don't know all the ins and outs, and we can only believe what we're told. And I try not to get too deep in, you know, alternate theories and whatnot. But I do actually think that the legacy is going to be really positive.
I love that. I think it takes a great man to step aside.
Yeah.
And whether he was forced to do that or not.
Yeah.
We don't know. But
yeah. And I just, you know, I didn't realize how upset I was getting about everything. I didn't realize how the media coverage about him was upsetting me so much. And I felt like the media and even some Democrats really betrayed him, even though I'm happy about the outcome now. You know, I just felt like maybe couldn't win. You know, like I just didn't realize how upset. And I knew I had this impending sense of doom, like ever since a lot of the Supreme Court decisions in June. And this was really this like underlying despair feeling and being like, we're still obviously going to support him. I would vote for Biden's rotting corpse before Trump, you know, like it was just like, but seeing what people are saying, like, I don't know if we can win this. And I just didn't realize how much it was getting to me until this happened. And I'm so happy. I'm waking up every day, like energized. I mean, the amount of money Kamala has raised and the way that people are feeling is more than I expected.
Yeah. So I feel re-energized, and you guys know we want to just back a candidate that supports women and minorities and wants really what's best for everybody. And that's we don't have to harp on it, but to read
and
you
democracy,
guys, to read you guys a stat that I think is beautiful and amazing. Kamala Harris raised $81 million in the first 24 hours of announcing her candidacy. 888,000 donors had contributed on her first day, 60% of whom are making their very first contribution of the 2024 contest. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to see the country reinvigorated and excited. I, for one, am just excited for how spicy it's about to get. I just want to watch her just jab, jab, jab. Like, I think she's going to be so funny.
She's quick-witted. She's brilliant. She's, you know, been effective in her political positions. I mean, she is just going to, like, mop the floor with Donald Trump in these debates. Obviously, she's going to keep it classy, you know, and keep it what we're used to in candidates in this country. And I guess I don't want to say I'm surprised, but I'm kind of surprised in the best way at the way that people are the vibes right now.
Vibes are high.
Yeah.
Vibes are high. I'm loving the memes. I'm loving the culture. All these guys in Fire Island in green Brat Kamala shirts. Yeah. I love it. I can't get enough of it.
So I wanted to like share a few different things. I want to talk about the Coconut Gang because like I mean, if you guys don't know, basically, like she had this quote that was like, "You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?"
I had to look it up because there was a lot of coconut stuff, and I was like, I don't know what this
you didn't know? Okay, I thought you may not know. So I'll tell for people who don't know. I mean, she said this quote in 2023. "You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you," which she said at a White House event last year. And like, it's just kind of become this ironic slogan. It's kind of a bizarre quote, but
it sounds like it's a like, I think that it sounds like you should be saying, you think I just fell out of a coconut tree, or you think I just was born yesterday. Like, where did this come from? It's come from her Indian roots? Like, what? Where did this come from?
I don't know. People have taken it and like, it says some support. This is from a Forbes article. Some supporting Harris have referred to her candidacy as Operation Coconut Tree. They've used the coconut emoji. Governor Jared Polis of Colorado used a coconut emoji in his endorsement. And this was the one I saw. Senator Brian Schatz of Hawaii posted a picture of himself climbing a coconut tree to announce his support. And I think like her HQ was leaned into it. And this was one of the first things I saw. Our friend Taylor sent me this, and I just wanted to play this for you. I think it's like going to be like one of the songs of the late summer and fall.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? Dance.
Like mixed with Kesha. Like I
love it. I'm living for it. I think it's spicy and fun, and I'm excited to see what happens.
And then we have Kamala is Brat.
Yes.
I feel like we were on the forefront of Brat summer. We talked about this for weeks ago, a month ago. Yeah. And like, I just feel like I've been seeing way more and more of it. And so people leaned into this, and then Charlie XCX tweeted, Kamala is Brat. Confirmed. Solidified.
Send tweet?
Gen Z.
That's it?
On board.
Okay.
I'm sure they already were, but.
What would happen if Taylor Swift came forward and endorsed Kamala? I was talking to my dad about it on the phone yesterday.
It would be it would be huge.
I mean, she would win the presidency. One tweet. Taylor would be like, vote for Kamala. And that would be it. She would lock it.
What could Taylor do that was like more like Kamala's Brat? You know what I mean?
She could just like post a bunch of coconuts on her story.
No, like in one of her songs, as I'm saying. Like what could it be?
Miss Americana. And there's also, isn't it The Man?
I like that. Okay. I like that. Yeah, I'm just thinking of what Taylor could tweet.
Oh, I feel like she would win. Do you think one tweet? I feel like she'd win the election.
100%. But I just have to talk about the Kamala is Brat coverage on
I'm living for it.
Major news networks. CNN. Have you seen any of this?
No, I'm living for it. I love it. I'm finally watching the news again. You know, I haven't turned it on in 4 years.
Jake Tapper. So they're trying to explain it. Have you seen this clip?
You know that like I only watch the news when they talk about Vanderpump and Kamala.
So this is this clip, and it says, Kamala Harris, CNN panel learns about Brat. Have you not seen this? Because there's a real twist in here. Okay.
Kamala Harris appears to be leaning into this. The singer, Charlie XCX, tweeted last night, Kamala is Brat. And this is in reference to her album. It's called Brat. Kamala has branded her Kamala HQ Twitter page with the same aesthetic of the album. That's another Gen Z word, aesthetic. It's even becoming a trend on TikTok. Special Gen Z correspondent Jamie, what can you tell us?
Look at their Gen Z correspondent.
Chartreuse.
No offense, Jamie's 70.
Because I knew you would want a definition.
When you just turned that around to me, special Gen Z correspondent, she could be Tessa's great grandma.
No, I was like, are they joking?
It seems like a joke.
I'm watching this clip, and maybe they're being sarcastic, but they say, and now let's throw it to our Gen Z correspondent. I'm like, oh my God, how cool. There's like a Gen Z in the room, and they just turn it to this boomer. I lost it. One of the younger news anchors was in the room. I was like, this is hysterical.
Like they couldn't have gotten Caitlin Collins. This is hysterical.
Gen Z correspondent.
This is hysterical.
So I just love it. I love all the memes. I love all the Brat stuff. I like that she's really reinvigorating young people, but it's not like pandering. She's not doing anything. They're just, really supporting her. And of course, I do think the younger people are really excited about her, but also like millennials, Gen X, baby boomers, like anyone with a sense of reality and morality and a hope to preserve our democracy is going to vote for her. And I just have a really positive feeling about it.
Let's go. Maybe we'll have some people on the podcast to talk about it.
Yeah.
Fingers
and the
crossed.
hype videos. I could watch her get off that plane all day.
I'm loving it.
When she's wearing her Timbs. What president has worn Timbs?
Not Hillary.
Listen, I think Hillary had swag in her own way. Obviously we've supported Hillary, but she's not wearing Timbs. Can you imagine?
I feel like she's swaggier than Michelle Obama. I feel like Michelle Obama's not wearing Timbs. I would vote for her, though.
Well,
Timbs or no Timbs?
Can you imagine a Kamala and Michelle ticket?
You guys.
I mean, my pick is Pete Buttigieg.
It's too much diversity.
Yes, that's exactly what the experts are saying. Obviously, we don't feel that way.
America has a threshold, let's be honest.
Obviously, I'm like,
it's not too much diversity for me.
Yes. Yeah, all I want is woman of color and a gay man running this country. Yes, please.
That's a dinner party I'll go to every day.
I love Pete so much.
I would love a gay man in the White House. Can you imagine how fun that would be?
They would bring that White House right back to rainbow colors. You know, they like did that with like the gay marriage decision. They like lit it up rainbow. It's rainbow every day.
Every day. Butt plugs for everybody. You shoot him from a cannon off the roof of the White House.
Oh my God. So I don't think he's going to be the pick, but I'm liking the options.
Yeah, I'm excited. Well, should we talk about another headline from politics?
Yes.
Speaking of being gay, actually, that's a perfect segue. Tessa told me about this. She told you about it. She found this. Okay, so this comes from the Daily Mail. Republican National Convention dubbed the Grindr Superbowl after gay dating app crashed due to spike in users in Milwaukee. Do you hear me? During the RNC, Grindr crashed.
Crazy.
If you guys are familiar with Grindr, it's the gay dating app.
Grindr is so funny because it's location based and it's like they're right there.
Do you want to suck a dick?
They're 5 feet away. Go get them. I love it.
You couldn't have women on an app like that. Go get her. She's 3 feet away.
Say that. I don't know. I've been on it. But no. So that's
Grindr's
the
fun.
whole thing of their showing proximity wise.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Like again, who's to say? But I think someone was right outside the RNC. Like they're all in there. And I've always thought that people who are extremely homophobic are closeted. Why
What?
would you be that?
Thou
Why
doth
do you
protest
care
too
that much?
It's crazy.
It's really crazy. I mean, Mike Pence, the gayest man alive. Be for real right now.
His wife is like, he can't be alone in rooms with women. It's like, that's not what you have to worry about, sis.
God, how many blowjobs has Mike Pence gotten? Be for real. In the oral office. No, but I always have thought that like it's too much. You go too hard.
Yeah, they went hard.
Too stiff.
So all these closeted gay guys at the RNC crashed Grindr, and I love to see it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So guys, stay tuned for more political coverage. It's not going to be too much. It's not going to be over the top. Obviously, it's like this is the biggest thing happening right now, and that's what the snack is about. So, those are the headlines for the political
Those are
update.
your political headlines today.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys about a new partner that we are really excited to talk about, and this is Fume. So Fume is an award-winning flavored air device. Okay, so it's not smoking, it's not vaping. It is a healthy alternative. So they have a bunch of delicious flavors like crisp mint and orange vanilla. And with the flavored air, you can satisfy your oral fixation through a passive diffusion system that utilizes no electronics, vapor, or combustion. So this is just a great alternative. So it Fume draws the flavor to your mouth. It fills the void, ditching a bad habit. You can still have something to reach for. Again, it's not a vape, no vapor, no nicotine, non-toxic flavors. It's a guilt-free alternative, no batteries. Oh, nice. You'll never need to charge it. It looks awesome. I really do like the way it looks. I like the weight of it. It's like a high-quality design. You guys can obviously look it up. Yeah, they're really nice.
Really nice.
And I love this. It says it's made to fidget with. So it calms anxiety with magnets, snaps, and clicks. So if you have any sort of habit, whether it again is that oral fixation or that addiction, or you're like biting your nails or something like that, like this can really help with that too. Fume continuously invests in third-party studies to ensure the safety of their products, and they are backed by doctors in the U.S. So I really love so I tried it. I was like, why not? They sent it to us. I was like, I'm going to try it. I just love the mint. Like that's my vibe. You are
a mint.
I'm a mint. Yeah. So I love a mint, but the orange vanilla is super popular too. And I think you guys are going to want to try those if you're interested. And we're just fans of this. I mean, like, why wouldn't you be? It can help you kick a bad habit and just satisfy your oral fixation. So Fume has served over 300,000 customers, and you can be the next success story. For a limited time, use our code GGE to get a free gift with your Journey Pack.
All right, and something that I love and I use literally every day, my Caraway cookware set. It is non-toxic cookware. It is beautiful. It has changed cooking for me. I love it so much. Ashley and I both have it. It really makes cooking so simple. So I'll tell you guys what I have. So they actually do a lot of different things, but my favorite is the cookware set, and I have it in classic white with their Iconics set. So I have a gold hardware on it, white saucepans and saute pans, and it's so easy to clean. I don't know what they do to these pans, but like I make eggs in it and like one wipe of a towel and they are totally clean.
Yeah, I use them every day. Just made eggs when I came over here. I'm obsessed with the colors. I'm obsessed with everything that they do. We're talking about the pots and pans today, but I love their storage containers and their whole line of everything.
Yes, it's more beautiful than anything I've ever used, and it's easier to clean than anything I've ever used.
I just sent a set to my my parents. They're pots and pans. I cannot with them. I'm like, I can't cook over here. We got to step this up. So I just elevated their game too.
And their non-toxic kitchenware features a chemical-free ceramic coating, so food can be prepared with peace of mind that no hard-to-pronounce chemicals will leach into your healthy ingredients. So easy cooking, non-toxic, looks beautiful, well-loved. They have over 65,000 people that have rated 5 stars of Caraway Kitchen. And so we did the math, and their internet-famous cookware set comes with the saute pan, fry pan, Dutch oven, and saucepan, plus lids and storage. It's the ultimate kitchen setup. Plus, we did the math, and the cookware set will save you $150 versus buying the items individually. Plus, if you visit carawayhome.com/GGE10, you can take an additional 10% off your next purchase. This deal is exclusive for our listeners, so visit carawayhome.com/GGE10 or use the code GGE10 at checkout. Caraway, non-toxic cookware made modern.
Okay, so let's run through some headlines. What's happening in the world?
Okay, hit me.
The first one is Hello Kitty isn't a cat.
I wanted you to explain this to me because
So
I
this
am
has been
so shook.
Living rent-free since last week. So this is about a week ago, last Thursday. So Hello Kitty was created in 1974 by Sanrio, a Japanese entertainment company. We know that name. And Jill Koch. How do you pronounce Koch? Is it Koch?
Koch.
Koch.
Cock. That would be. How did you even get there? It's not a hard K.
Oh, there's words that are OCH and they're hard.
Hard K?
Hard.
Like, name one.
Anyway, Jill Koch, the senior vice president of marketing and brand management
What's she
at
gonna do about
Sanrio,
it?
appeared on Today last Thursday and said, Hello Kitty is not a cat. She's actually a little girl.
I feel like this is when J.K. Rowling came forward and said Dumbledore was gay.
I feel
Just
like
flipped the script. This is crazy.
this is saying like Mickey's not a mouse. What? Scooby-Doo's not a dog. What are you saying? So then she continues. Koch then told the TV show that Hello Kitty, who weighs 3 apples. Stop. Now what are we doing?
She's a girl. She's a girl that weighs 3 apples.
That's her weight. And is 5 apples tall. Grew 3 by 5. Grew up in the
Those are her measurements.
What's your height and weight? I'm 3 by 5 apples.
That's her square
Same.
footage.
Me too. Okay.
How are you
She-
5 apples tall and you weigh 3 apples?
Right.
Riddle me that.
How are you a cat? That's a little girl. Okay. So she No,
All right, we're
Rainey, you're not
suspending
even
reality.
ready. Let me
I'm
finish.
sorry, you guys.
You're not ready for the plot twist.
I'm sorry, you guys.
Okay. So she grew up in the London suburbs with her twin sister Mimi and their parents and the family's pet cat.
No.
She has a cat. Hello Kitty's not a cat, but has a cat.
She has a cat.
Their family's pet cat named Charmy Kitty. What is happening?
She's Hello Kitty, and the cat is Charmy Kitty. They're both named Kitty.
How
The
is she
human
not a
and the-
cat?
But
She's
she
a little
is a
girl. I feel like
cat.
this lady was high. I feel like Jill Koch went on the Today Show to fuck shit up. I feel like she was like, "Watch this, everybody." Why does she get to speak on this? Is she the creator?
She's like, also Paddington Bear was a fox.
Like, no. For real though. Can
What
you
right
imagine?
does she have to do this?
Yeah,
Also, she just made herself relevant again. That's why you do shit like this.
totally.
Nobody
Yes.
cared about J.K. Rowling until she was like, Dumbledore's a homo, by the way.
Well, there's other stuff that J.K.
Well, then she
Rowling
decided
did
to make herself extra
to put
relevant.
herself in the news.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So there's that. Do you want to hit us with the next one?
Yes. Kim Cattrall shuts down return rumors to And Just Like That. I mean, people have wanted it every season. She's the one that got away. She's playing hard to get. She hates Sarah Jessica Parker. And Sarah Jessica wants her back.
I guess there was a headline that said it looks like Kim Cattrall, Samantha Jones will be back for And Just Like That season 3, in which Cattrall responded, "Oh, that's so kind, but I'm not."
She's like, cuties.
Can I just say that I think more than even wanting Samantha on the show, I just want there to be rumors of her doing the show and her being like, "I'm not doing that dumb show."
I love it. She's like, this is what you guys get because I gained 5 pounds. You made a whole storyline about me being fat.
And that's the
This
movie.
is what you get.
I mean, this is all the Samantha Jones energy I need in my life to sustain me, is her just being like, "No, thank you, I'm not doing it."
Every season. Every
I
season.
mean, she was in it she had a little cameo last year, but
Yeah.
she did not go, she wasn't on screen with anybody else. She was just
refused
in
to
the
film.
car.
Well, she refused to film with anybody else,
Yeah.
right?
And I mean, Sex and the City is my favorite show of all time. It changed my life. It still holds up today. I still watch it today. It's everything to me. It's truly everything to me. And Just Like That is not that show. And Samantha is too good for it. I'm sorry. She's Samantha Jones. She's the icon. I mean, but she shouldn't be on that show. They're not worthy of it.
That show's not for me.
That show is for me. I'll still watch every episode.
I
It
know.
is the best
Girl, I
train
know.
wreck on TV. I cannot wait for season 3 to start. Don't get it twisted.
I liked talking shit on the first season. I never watched the second season.
Oh, that's right.
You know,
You
I
didn't
tapped
watch.
out. I heard it got a little better. You
So it
liked
did turn around a little bit. Yeah. I mean, once Aiden came back, but it's still not good.
I mean, I can't believe these women from New York have made a show about how women that are, how old were they? 50? In their 50s?
Yeah.
Are these backwards, don't know how the world works, like don't understand like minorities and gay people, black people. Like I don't understand. I don't know what happened here. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But you did like the second season more, so.
Not the beginning. I mean, the beginning opened with Miranda and Che Diaz just
I did
like
watch
fucking in
that.
the hot tub or something. I was like,
watch
this is just, it's a lot.
Are they still together?
No,
Che
Che's
exited
off
the
the
season.
show. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, of course. Raina and I have talked about this. We don't need to hammer it home. But of course, we appreciated the inclusivity efforts, but everything just felt really forced. The writing wasn't as good. And, you know, some of the OGs weren't in the writer's room. And I mean, whatever. So I'll still watch it, though. It's so fun to watch and talk shit on.
I mean, our favorite meme of the whole thing was like, this show is so like backwards and poorly done and crazy, and I hate it, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
I think it was an Evan Ross Katz like
Yes.
long meme or tweet or something that was just like what a hot mess it was, and I can't wait for the next season. So anyway, she will not be coming back.
Do you think she's waiting till season 4? Like, what a payday.
Yeah, I mean they'll do anything to have her back.
Anything.
But I'd like her just. I like the energy of her just continuing to turn it down. That's all I need.
I mean, I love to see somebody treating her ex like that. It's just like, there's nothing you can do to have me. And
Yeah.
you could have me once. You get a taste of me, but you can't touch me.
Yeah, and we talked about this on Girls Gotta Eat, and I think it was a little bit of a hot take. I mean, this was a while back, but of the feud between Sarah Jessica Parker and Kim Cattrall, and I was on this little girls trip this weekend, and I was telling them about it, and I was like, she posted like on her feed, on her Instagram feed, like after her brother passed, she posted like, I do not need your condolences at this time, Sarah Jessica Parker. It still lives on the feed. And like I show people that and they're like, what the fuck? Like this wasn't a rumor. Like they hate each other.
Yeah. Okay. Next topic, Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. I am very excited. My whole like Explorer feed is DCC.
Yeah.
Because I love every dance. I love those girls. I like to see their lives. We just root for them. They're so sweet.
We have a lot of mixed feelings on the show.
I root for most of them.
Can I just make a recommendation? I want to recommend Kate Kennedy's podcast episode about DCC with an interview with Victoria. And there's been some controversy surrounding it.
Yeah.
And, you know, with this thing with Victoria's birthday party, and you guys can look at Kate's TikTok, but Kate Kennedy, Be There in 5. The whole episode, I mean, she does longer deep dives and it's 2 hours. And the first hour is all her thoughts and feelings and musings about the show. And then Victoria comes in and really says a lot, is very open, very vulnerable, kind of speaks poorly of the cult. And has since, you know, gotten some blowback. But if you guys are into DCC and you have not listened, that is the episode. And Kate is so brilliant. And it's like, I couldn't echo her takes more. And really, like, the mixed feelings you have surrounding the show as, like, wanting to root for these women and enjoying the show for the entertainment aspect, but also being a feminist and also seeing all of the problems within the organization. So anyway, I just wanted to recommend that, but continue.
I'm rewatching it because our friend Jackie, has not seen it. And we took a little trip to Catalina and we laid in bed at night and watched it because she'd never seen it.
Love that.
I
Then
just-
it's like you're watching for the first time.
And I'm like explaining it to her.
Yeah.
And anyway, so, you know, we really rooted for all the rookies to make it. And I cried with them when they didn't make it. And so now the new team for 2024 has been announced. And we have 2 returning girls that came back, auditioned, made the team. So Charlie made the team, which I just loved her so much.
Yeah.
I really rooted for her. She was like this like cute, spicy redhead ballerina. And is it Kelly?
Kelly, yes,
From
Kelly from
Weehawken?
Weehawken, New Jersey. I've talked about this before. That's all I cared about. They made her brunette and then cut her on the last day of training camp. I was like, how could you do
Shocking.
this? How could you do this? I loved everything about her. You were saying she was one of the only ones that didn't say yes, ma'am.
She's the only one that didn't say yes, ma'am.
I mean, she's from New Jersey.
That's not Jersey culture.
Yeah, they
Don't do
turned
that
her
shit.
from blonde to brunette and then sent her packing. And she was also so good. But I'm so glad that she made it. And I liked Charlie because she was like Reese's best friend. Like they had a really
Yeah, they had this like
special
cute
friendship. So that's all I care about. I don't think Anisha went back out or anything like that, obviously. Like, Anisha was like, I'm done with this.
I hope Anisha went back to the Golden State Warriors and just rocked her little ass off.
I think Anisha's just living her best life, just pulling people's teeth out. No,
What
I'm
if
just
you're
kidding.
orthodontist?
Remember she said that?
Yeah, she was like, I accidentally extracted a tooth. And then she like giggled about it. I was like, she's so cute and spicy.
So we just, want to shout out congrats to Kelly and Charlie and the whole 2024 DCC. Still hate the Cowboys. Don't get it twisted. Go Birds.
We can go to a game now. That guy that I was dating left the team.
That's right.
Big news.
Wait, that's also some tea. So Raina had a thing with a guy for ongoing that was with the Dallas Cowboys for a long time.
And it's so funny because like Jackie was asking me questions about just in general, like, and I like had she's like, where's the practice facility? I was like, it's in McKinney, Texas. There's a whole compound. I know where and like, I've like been there because my dad also lived in Texas. This is why I've been over there. But I have like all the background info. These girls were like working out outside, and I was like, this is so crazy. It's 100 degrees outside. They send the actual team to California to do training camp.
Yeah.
But anyway, so just really excited for those girls, and I know they wanted it so much, and I just wanted to say congrats.
Can I tell you one thing that I don't know if I missed it watching the show, so now I do want to ask you.
Yeah.
Kate mentions it in her podcast episode. Again, just going to plug it for the fourth time. You guys, you got if you care at all, that's you, and you can't miss that episode. You can't miss that podcast episode. A couple things I didn't realize. One, that like they used to do like daily weigh-ins, fucking insane, especially when it was that CMT show making the team, whatever. Two, I didn't realize they have to do full glam for practice.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought they were in full glam for practice because they were filming for Netflix. I guess maybe I missed this. Maybe I was on my phone, or maybe they didn't say it. Did you know that they are full glam for practice when they're not filming for Netflix?
I didn't know that it was like sanctioned by the team. I actually just watched it and thought like this tracks that they would make them do it.
But you have to work your full job as like a nurse or an accountant.
Yes.
And then go home and do an hour of glam to practice. I can't stop thinking about the quote.
work
We're talking
out.
about practice. You're talking about practice. I am so dead over this. Like, and then Victoria was on Kate's podcast. Kate was like, so do you full glam, hair, makeup? And she was like, I mean, for practice, like maybe sometimes we could get away with not doing a fake eyelash.
That's insane.
Raina, they're doing more
They're
for practice than we're doing for our
live shows. That's crazy.
So that was a crazy take that I didn't really fully grasp watching it.
I guess I didn't really think about it because I just watched it and I thought like, well, this makes sense. Of course they're being forced to do this.
And then like again, who knows? Well, I'm just going to say what Victoria said. Like Kate was kind of like, why? She was like, well, if like Charlotte or like Jerry Jones would walk in.
Don't want to be offended by your face, by your 22-year-old perfect skin and collagen-filled cheeks. We don't want to offend that bag of bones, Jerry Jones.
Also, it's not great to work out with full makeup on.
It's bad for your skin.
It's bad for your skin. So they're just out here ruining their hips and their skin.
Oh.
Full makeup to sweat and then into a jump split. These poor girls. For $3 an hour.
What if Jerry Jones walks in, you don't have a lash on?
Can he see?
You haven't contoured?
You think Jerry Jones can tell whether you're wearing makeup? He's
not
barely alive.
He's not looking at your face either, girls.
No.
Talking about those bodies.
Okay. Okay.
Do you see what Azul's doing? He's like, I refuse to lay your feet on the ground.
Feet down?
No, he either sits on my feet or he sits right in front of where my feet go. He
missed
needs to be right there. I know I
you.
missed him too. I love him.
He missed
Azul,
you.
can I put my feet down on the floor?
Yes, he said, well, okay.
Okay, now we're gonna kick it.
Ashley, I'm
Moving on,
trapped.
Raina, let him live. Okay, we're gonna kick it to our Love Island correspondent, Tessa Hughes.
I can't believe you're doing this to me.
Raina
You guys,
hates dogs, you guys.
He is my footrest now, and it feels mean. I feel rude.
I'm surprised he hasn't moved by now.
He just likes to
This
be
does
near
feel
me.
purposeful.
He always sits on my feet. He won't let me have any space. He's not a big personal space dog. I love him so much.
Well, but this is weird because, he's not cuddly ever, but he wants to be near you, but not too close. So if you were to like really get in his face right now and try to smother him and hug him, like he would run off. Like he just wants to be
He's
close,
you.
but
He's
not.
his
Yes,
mom.
he's exactly like me.
He wants to be surrounded by people, but don't touch him.
Yes, exactly that. We are the same. Okay. Anyway,
I'm the opposite.
as I was saying before Raina started abusing my dog.
before I wanted to put my feet down on the ground in my studio.
Okay. Tessa, so we don't watch Love Island. We support those that do. I feel like I see a lot of the culture from Chicks in the Office. They went to Fiji.
Yeah.
They were on the after show. They were doing the interviews with people. I was so happy for them. Like, I love to see it. Like,
Most watched show on cable television.
crazy.
It outranked The Bear. It outranked. There was one more.
Well, now I'm
I think it was like
offended.
British. It was for a week, so I looked into that. There was 1 week where it was like by 300 million. It was the most streamed show on like a streaming service.
Jeez.
Wild.
Okay, well, Tessa, what happened?
Well, Serena and Cordell won. They were one of the couples, like OG couples from the beginning, paired up. First night, they were like matching, like unintentionally, so like really cute. Cordell kind of like messed up in Casa, so it like took a while for Serena. I think she said in an interview like recently, she's like he had 0.5 of a chance like to come back, like to get her back, but he worked and he got her back, and so everyone voted, and that was really happy. They got first.
Is that Odell Beckham's brother?
Yes.
Okay.
It was really cute too. Everyone was like, "Yeah, I can't wait to take you to a football game." His brother like hopped on the family Zoom, like when they did like the family night. So Odell Beckham made like an appearance. He's like, people are coming up to me at parties and like asking like, "Are you seeing your brother on Love Island?"
That's crazy. He's like, I dated Kim. Are people?
Okay, sorry, I just digested that. That's
his
crazy.
21-year-old
Beckham
brother on
dated
Love Island is
Kim.
getting like his people are going up to Odell Beckham is like, "I'm watching your brother on TV."
That's crazy. That reminds me of like, when I kind of started to get a little notoriety and then I would go to Dewey Beach and like then I'm the more famous one than Matt,
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same
exact thing.
He's like,
'Cause
I played in the NFL and I dated the most famous woman alive.
Like I used to always be Matt's sister when I would go to Dewey and now Matt's Ashley's brother. So I totally understand
The feeling.
Same exact thing.
You and Matt and Odell are the same.
Okay,
So Tessa, how are people feeling about this pairing?
Everyone loves them. They're one of the
them.
I think like because they ranked like they have them ranked at the end, like you get first, third, fourth. And so they got first. Second place was Leah and Miguel, which makes sense. They were like one of the least established couples, I think, out of the top 4. But Leah's a fan favorite. Before she even got her phone back, she got like over 1 million followers on Instagram. She really she's just like overall, I think, the favorite from the show. And so like even though they were the only not closed off couple in the villa, they got second place. And it's just funny like watching their reactions because they were shocked. They were like literally they're like I don't get how we made it into the top 4. They're like, I can't believe we're here at 2. But I love them. I think they're super genuine. They did like little speeches for the finale and it was so cute because Miguel is like talking about like what he loves about Leah, and he's the only guy that talks about like why he likes her for her personality, while all the other guys are talking about like how the girls make them feel.
Which I've said before. I've said on the show. I hate when men just talk about how you make them feel.
Oh,
Great. Goody me.
I could actually, I want to save this conversation. This is something I like feel, I've had this conversation like with Sparkle Eyes. Like I would love to talk about this more even on Girls Gotta Eat.
We've talked about on Girls Gotta Eat, I
Have
think.
we?
Yes,
Okay.
about how like in a lot of these dating shows at the end,
Right.
you
But
always hear
even in
women
real life, I
say
think it's-
he's so smart and special and wonderful, and you always hear men say she makes me feel so important and so powerful, and it's just
It's
like,
what she does for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a crazy way.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
And so that was also Miguel was like the hottest one in the villa. So it was like everyone just loving the fan favorite of her getting second with the hottest bombshell that entered. And then Janae and Kenny got third. They're both cute. Like I love Kenny. I don't really have much to say on them. And then Kendall and Nicole got fourth, which I think they were surprised by because they were a pretty established couple. But Kendall's behavior in Casa, he was the guy that like hyped up all the guys to cheat. He was like a fake guy.
Is that
like
the guy we saw his butthole?
yes.
Okay.
His
So
butthole was all over Twitter. Or
Okay,
X.
so let's talk about it.
his big
So let's talk
dick
about
and
it.
his open ass cheeks were on Twitter.
Okay, so how did
What
they
is
end up
going on
Twitter?
at Twitter?
How
Well,
did they
that
end
was
up on
crazy.
X?
It was I
It's
looked
called X now for a reason. Triple X.
It took me a second for
Elon's
it to
like, I
come
love
up on
it.
like my X feed, but then I look, he's the number one trending thing. The second behind it is Taylor Swift, like and Beyonce, and then Joe Biden. I'm like, Kendall from Love Island is coming out of the villa, and he is the number one trending thing on Twitter
So
behind
can we talk
Biden
about what
dropping
happened?
off. It was apparently it's not confirmed, but friends of his apparently leaked this video of him.
Well, that's icky, of course.
And just like, I mean,
it's
revenge
horrible.
porn is gross and
Yeah, of
in any
course, of
sense. So
course.
like, but he addressed it. He was just
Okay.
kind of like, it's really unfortunate that this got leaked. It was supposed to be private, but I like, it is what it is. Like
But
he was
look at
very
this
just
big old
like,
dick.
well, he was just, I think he just kind of ignored it. I think he's just trying to
Enjoy
like
this
let
B-roll.
it be its own thing and just like not
Like Maren Morris.
like try like, why make a big deal about it?
That like Maren Morris, she was like, is what it is.
Yeah.
Maren Morris' whole pussy was out. We talked
Yeah.
about it last week.
Okay. So can I wanted to read this one thing from this caught my eye. It was in Time, and it said and it was a column by a writer named Taylor Crumpton, and the title was "Love Island USA Made Me Believe in Love Again." And she said, for the past 6 weeks, the Love Island spinoff has captured the hearts and minds of every single person in America. Not a day goes by that a fan cam, a tweet, or a TikTok video has not been posted online about one of America's fan favorites. It is the #1 reality series in the nation across all streaming platforms, according to entertainment data company Illuminate. And the reason for this, she argues, is pretty simple. With limited amounts of representation of genuine dialogue and healthy relationships on television, Love Island USA gives viewers, specifically Black women, hope that love is in reach. Finally, Black love has taken center stage, and with it, the realities that many Black women face when dating. I guess I didn't realize the race.
There was not a single white
component of it all.
person in the top 4 couples.
Okay. We didn't watch it, and I kind of like hearing like someone else's perspective. Do you feel like that feels accurate? Does it's like feel good?
Well, yeah, I think so. I think that was really reflected in because I watch other reality shows and I forget that like all the other reality shows are filmed like 2 months in advance. So
Right.
like the thing about this is like producers really get to like play into like what's going on social media. And so I think like, but the people that are inside the villa, I don't think they realize how they're perceived. And so it was like, I think it was really that moment at the end when you had like Serena Crandell were #1. Everyone kind of expected that. Like they were one of the OG couples, but like Leah and Miguel getting #2, like because they seem like the most genuine and fun. In last place, like I think they really got cocky. I think they were like playing the game. Like they thought they were probably going to be a pretty solidified like couple, fan favorite, like just based on, I don't want to say like optics, but like just like based on the stats of like how they started. And I think just kind of people didn't like that. And I think that people really didn't feel like their love was genuine or either one of them was super genuine. I mean, that's the vibe that I got.
Mm-hmm. This is so funny to talk about this and not watch it.
I know, but I love that. I mean, it's so widely watched. I feel like I'm not part of the culture.
Oh yeah, I feel very like I'm not trying to be counterculture or edgy by not watching it. It has nothing to do with that. I guess I just kind of missed the boat, and
well, it's difficult when you fall behind because it's 6 episodes a week. So it's
hard to catch
reach
up.
a threshold.
and this month was the most you and I have been gone, and we haven't even seen each other. So if I can keep up with this.
I barely have time to keep up with you.
But we'll have another season, right? Like,
well, so they're doing, I think this is the first time they're doing it. There's going to be a reunion for Love Island in a couple weeks, August 19th.
oh, a first reunion.
And so I don't think they've ever done a reunion for it. And so it's fun because a lot of couples are now coming out and doing like podcasts and things like that and like doing all the interviews. And then they obviously have to watch it because they don't have Peacock in the villa. So none of them have actually watched.
Wild.
Like,
villa.
Even like in their like few days out, like none of them have watched their scenes yet.
I just want to give a shout out to Ariana Madix, an unbothered queen. I don't know if you know about this either. So previously there was news that Raquel Leviss was suing both Tom Sandoval and Ariana for revenge porn and for distribution of her sex tape. Essentially, she was touching herself. She sent it to Tom. Ariana accessed his phone. And I don't know what the whole details was. Maybe she texted it to a friend, but Raquel was suing both of them. Last week, Tom sued Ariana. So do you know about this?
No.
Okay, so last week, Tom sued Ariana for accessing explicit videos of Raquel Leviss without authorization. Tom sued Ariana.
Crazy.
Just this unbothered queen who has gone off to live her life and just mind her own fucking business. And then this week, he rescinded the lawsuit and he posted on his story that his lawyer made him do it. He assured me that the action was customary and strictly preventative in these types of lawsuits, blah, blah. Upon realizing that what this action actually means, I have removed this person from my legal team and I am no way suing her, but he did sue her.
Is he just desperate?
I think he's probably, who knows what really happened here. I mean, I also don't think that Tom Sandoval is some genius mastermind.
No.
Like, he might have really, his lawyer might have just been like, this is customary, it's no big deal. And then it hit the headlines and he had to rescind it. He probably just doesn't understand what's happening, which is crazy to obtain legal counsel and not understand what's happening.
Right.
But he has
It's
since.
so funny. He's like, I don't know, my
He's like,
lawyers
I
did
didn't
it.
get it. I mean, that's what it says. There's like he
Yeah.
put up an Instagram story being like, I hope we get through this quickly and so that Ariana and I can both finally move on with our lives. It's been a year and a half. She moved on.
She's good.
She's killing
She's
it.
hosting the #1 show in the country. So I
Star
think
of
she's-
Broadway.
She's all set. Right.
Never sold more tickets to Chicago in the history of the show. She's doing great. So just shout out to her for just making the best out of a disaster, continuing to live her life.
Making that lemonade. Okay. Well, thank you for your correspondence. And we're just going to talk about one more partner and then we will wrap it up with one final topic. So I am going to tell you guys about Liquid IV. I mean, this has been a part of our life for so many years. I mean, it's something that I always throw in my bag when I travel. I've always gotten it in like wedding gifts, when you go to a wedding. Always. Oh, I gave people for my 40th birthday last year. We went to Cabo. I did little welcome bags for everybody, and these were in there.
I always keep it in my toiletry bag.
Yes.
Just a bunch of different packets of it. I love the flavor.
Can't live without it. So it is just extraordinary hydration for physical endurance, mental clarity, overall well-being. And a single stick of Liquid IV delivers better hydration than water alone with 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink plus 8 vitamins and nutrients. So you don't have to be some Olympic athlete. Also shout out to the Olympics. I'm sure they're using their Liquid IV. But you can just, if you're feeling kind of down, I mean, if you feel like you've just been running yourself around, you're feeling kind of tired or run down, I think this is great too. And a lot of that can just come from being dehydrated. So you're just going to open one of the packets, throw it in your glass of water, and they have so many different flavors. I've always loved the lemon lime. I mean, I'm a lemon lime stan since day one. I really like the watermelon. I really like the guava.
I like the passion fruit.
Okay, love that. And then they have their sugar-free flavors too. So there is sugar-free white peach, sugar-free raspberry melon. You guys can turn your ordinary water into extraordinary hydration with Liquid IV. Get 20% off your first order of Liquid IV when you go to liquidiv.com and use code GGE at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code GGE at liquidiv.com. Okay, so
one final headline.
Speaking of being hydrated, getting crunk at the club. Has Gen Z
dehydrated?
Getting dehydrated. Has Gen Z ruined club culture?
Well, let's explain what's happening because I feel the opposite.
Okay.
So basically, there's a debate that's been launched online about Gen Z wearing sneakers to the club.
Okay, let's
it.
hit our actual Gen Z correspondent who's
let's get Tessa's grandma
who's
here.
not 70. Let me call my mom. Actually, do you go to the club?
Occasionally.
Do you know what a club is?
I know what a club is.
Have you ever gotten bottle service?
Tessa's like, I am Queens Boulevard. Okay.
Do you are you seeing sneakers in the club?
Yeah, it's crazy. I thought it was crazy when people were like, you're wearing heels. I'm like, everyone has their going out shoes. It's like having frat shoes I feel like that mentality translated once you graduated college. You have like your pair of worn down sneakers that you wear to the club.
Can you? The thing is
this is hysterical.
If I would have been in the club in sneakers, that would have been dangerous because I would have stayed out later. I would have gotten drunker.
Fuck yeah.
I would have gone
harder.
home. Yeah, danced harder.
If I had appropriate balance, like if my feet were just on the ground flat.
Yes, like the heels kept me safe because you had to leave. You hit a breaking point. You got to go.
Yeah.
You have
my God.
blisters for weeks.
Yes, the way that my ankles would feel.
Well, I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, I feel like we're not killing club culture. We're prolonging it. You can stay out later. You can go out more often. Like you're taking
faster.
smaller. Yeah.
Run
exactly.
Tessa goes, exactly.
The world is getting more dangerous. You can route run. Those scary dudes.
The stuff that I used to wear to the club was insane. I used to, first of all, I'd like cocktail waitress all night, 1 o'clock in the morning. I'd get out of work. I'd put on my leggings with knee-high boots and then my blousey top and my club blazer.
Raina, you did not wear a blazer to the club.
Yes, I did. And so did everybody, okay? If you guys feel me, I know I used to wear a club blazer. It was just a blazer. 1 o'clock in the morning. I was just doing drugs in the bathroom. I was probably like doing a line in the bathroom
in a blazer. I was really about like a slutty dress. And like I really like had a shorts era, like really slutty shorts era.
So that was on the weekends, like if I had time to get ready. If I was getting ready at home.
You're going out. You're going to Marquee on a Tuesday.
I was a cocktail waitress. I was up
right.
really late. I moved to New York City. I became a cocktail waitress. And so like my going out didn't start until at least 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'd like do little drugs at work and then I changed into my going out blazer and then I would go to the club.
I mean, I just want to talk about club culture in general. I don't know. I have mixed feelings. I used to love getting crunk in the club. It was just part of being young. I mean, it's part of binge drinking culture. I mean, those were our 20s. You know, like I started going to 18 and up clubs in Philly when I was in high school. And, you know, I remember being in Atlanta in the club heyday of like Vision and Compound. These are deep cuts. You wouldn't know them. I'm saying them like anyone's going to know. But like I lived that life. And, you know, then of course you kind of outgrow it. Obviously, today I'm not clubbing. I can still appreciate like a VIP night out with a bottle and all that stuff. You get to sit down. But a lot of things about it suck too. Like waiting on the street in the cold, covers, if you can't afford the table with the bottle service, trying to drink off someone else's table and, packed dance floors. And like, there's so many things about it that suck, but it felt like such a rite of passage. And I look back on those days so fondly. And I just read a bunch of articles of just like, that's not necessarily how a lot of Gen Z people party. And I think it's because they don't binge drink like we did. I mean, you got to be drunk at the club or it really sucks.
So I never really liked it. Like I joke on this podcast that I've been like 40 since I was 19, but like I really have been. And like I was running around to like 10 June and Greenhouse and Marquee when I was like 21, 22.
Yeah.
And I just didn't like it. I didn't like how packed it was and how dark it was. People was bumping into you. I couldn't afford the drinks. Like you always had to like flirt with some guy for
I'd have a mini bottle in my purse.
Good.
Like I would bring a flask to the club. I can't afford that.
I put it in my blazer pockets.
Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you.
I didn't really like it then. And it was crowded. There was nowhere to sit. And I was just like, how long do I have to pretend I enjoy this before everybody around me is blacked out and I can leave?
I mean, that's the thing. You just like had to get drunk, but like that's what I was out to do in the first place, you know. And like I did like to dance, but you know, we've all had those shitty nights at the club. The DJ sucks, and again, like you know, you're freezing to get in because you're, you know,
never brought a jacket.
Don't have money to check your coat in the first place, and also sluts don't get cold.
I didn't bring jackets.
I was a slut. Yeah,
fuck yeah.
So I just think it's interesting. I mean, I do think things have changed post-COVID, definitely in terms of footwear. I feel like we really retired heels in COVID. I mean, we'll still wear a heel to live shows and stuff like that, but I just feel like COVID changed. I also feel like if you turn 21 in 2020, you know, like those first few years when you'd be like really hitting the club, if you were into that kind of thing, you didn't get to do that. Like, I wonder how much those couple years of COVID shaped people's lifestyles, party styles, that type of thing too.
That's a good point. I would have loved it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I'm like not throwing any shade. Like, I don't give a fuck if there's no more club culture now.
I love it. Sneakers at the club. How enjoyable would that be? The feeling of just taking your shoes off when you left a club. Oh, I like it more than taking my bra off. I like it 100 times more than taking my bra off.
100%. And they swell up because they've been like stuffed in. But I mean, there's also it was fun to get ready though. It was fun to get ready in like a slutty dress and a heel and the full makeup and hair and, you know, just be so excited for what the night could hold. And, you know, I read this article that said like Gen Z is nostalgic for a club culture that they never really got to experience in like the same way. But I'm just like, I don't know, like the world changes, like things change. People like different things. I mean, I certainly think it's positive that people probably statistically across the board don't binge drink like we did as much. Mm-hmm. That's good.
It also just feels less safe.
It is less safe. So. Social media, like, you know, we were out just like booty in the air at the club. No one's putting it on Instagram. Yeah, exactly. So
I love
out at the club.
I love what you kids are doing. I love to see it.
But it was funny because it was basically Tessa sent us a TikTok and we can play it for you guys. And the girl was just saying like, we got to bring heels back. Right. And then someone had kind of stitched it and was like, okay, but not those heels. Like if she was throwing shade, but I think there's this, like, can we get back to it? And I'm like, I don't know. We're also not getting back to dressing up on airplanes. Like, don't bring us back there. I'm not going to wear a jean on an airplane.
Or smoke on an airplane. Okay.
Or smoke. Like we're, you know, I look nice when we fly. So do you, you know, but it's leggings and, you know, people.
I've been wearing outfits on planes.
What kind?
Well, you've been with me. Like a Spanx jumpsuit.
But it's still like, it's
put together.
Athletic wear.
It's
lounge wear, athletic wear.
Yeah.
Like sometimes people long for the old days. It's like no more old days.
I'm not wearing my going out blazer on.
You go back too far in the old days. Women couldn't vote. You know, don't be out here nostalgic for the old times when people used to dress up on airplanes and like women didn't have any rights. So stop it. You know, like maybe we're past this. Maybe we're past that like clubbing. You know, we're not though. Like you and I still.
When do we go to clubs?
No, I'm saying. It's not over. Like you go to Miami, you're like the club life is alive and well.
If you want to find it, it's there.
Yeah, it's there for you.
It's around. So, you know, any adventure you want to pick, you could find it. But I love to see what's happening.
Because it's the headlines. It's the same thing we talked about with Kate Kennedy again, just to shout her out again with like millennials killed this, and like all those headlines were just clickbait. You know, like I think club culture is alive and well. People might just be wearing sneakers.
I love it.
Yeah.
I support you guys, and I think you guys should support my millennial tuck. If I want to do a millennial tuck, leave me alone.
What?
Okay?
With your shirt?
Tessa knows what I'm talking about.
With your dick?
No, you want to like the millennial urge to just tuck in the little front of your shirt.
Oh, well, I thought that was called like a French tuck. That's what Tan France called it.
Now it's a
on
millennial
Queer Eye.
It's a millennial tuck now, and they make fun of us for it. Just like the tuck in the little front of your shirt
with your Gucci belt.
Yeah,
With your chuggy belt.
yeah, and your skinny jeans. But the millennial tuck, I just stop making fun of me for it. I want to do it.
You
okay?
do that? Yeah, I just like a crop top. I like a crop top.
I have segued into crop tops. I've segued out of bodysuits.
Oh.
I will say I got rid of a lot of them this week.
Just too uncomfortable on your vagina.
I just
On
Casey
that puppy
Balsham, our
badge.
friend. I don't want my shirt to smell like my butthole.
So she's the comedian. Yeah, you gotta like at least say,
Casey Balsham
give
is a
some context
comedian
to
friend
that.
of ours, and she tells this joke that's very funny about how she never knew that she could live in a world where her shirt smelled like her butthole. And I'm unsubscribing from that world. Not that my butthole doesn't smell. It's
It
great,
is
but
so funny. Like it's so funny to like take your shirt off and there's vaginal discharge on it.
on your shirt. The thing up around your neck has pussy juice
like
on
I
it.
will always want to like if I don't wear a shirt that long, I'll rewear it. Not those.
Not those.
I check the crotch and I'm like, nope, that goes straight into the laundry. That was in my vagina. My shirt was in my vagina and my butthole. That's straight.
shirt was in my butthole. To steal a joke from Jenny Slate, that shirt looked like I dragged it through a bucket of cream cheese.
I always all the like discharge references. I never can keep them straight because Ali Wong is what bottom of a bird cage,
Yes.
and then I think Amy Schumer used to do a cream cheese or cottage cheese. I don't know. And Jenny Slate, like
I
I
just like cream cheese.
I like the
Shout
bottom.
out to female
Bottom of a
comics.
bird cage might be my top.
Yeah.
Just a long day of being out. Those panties. Not that I wear them.
Now that you guys are throwing up in your mouths, this episode is over.
Okay. Well, thank you guys.
Are we doing
you-
a poll?
Oh yeah. And we'll
What does the bottom of your underpants look like? Cream cheese, cottage cheese, or a bird cage?
Raina! I was gonna say sneakers at the club. We'll do 2 this week. Check our Instagram for the
If you know, you know.
2 different polls, one that you can stomach and one that you might not be able to. Yes. Are you doing sneakers in the club? Would you ever? Again, some people couldn't stomach that. And then what's the bottom of your underwear look like? Okay, guys. You can find us at girlsgottaeat.com. Tour starts soon. Get those tickets. You'll be getting same laughs, even more hype. Can't wait to be in the room with you all. Girlsgottaeat.com for that. Girls Gotta Eat podcast on both Instagram and TikTok. I'm Ash Hess. Raina is Raina.Greenberg. Subscribe on YouTube. Get in those comments. Tell us what you're thinking about the snack. And we will see you Monday.
Have a good weekend, guys.
Bye.